You don't become a great reader by reading your first book. It's by reading as you go, you become a great reader. So it's the same thing when you play tennis. It's the same thing when you do business. You do your first, you fail. The next one, you're not going to do the same one. Or you're going to focus on it. You're going to prepare it better. You're going to prepare yourself better. You're going to position yourself better. Then your stroke, they're going to be completely different. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing with a relationship. If you fail in one relationship, just remember what happened to your older relationship when you choose that person and how you dealt with the problem you had with that person. It makes you go through your next relationship if you decide to have a next one. Then you'll know if a woman PMSing, leave her alone. If a woman wants to talk, let her talk. If a woman doesn't want to kiss you, don't kiss her. Do you know what I mean? You have to respect their space. A lot of people don't. People get upset because a woman are PMSing or because they're in a bad mood. They think it's because of them. It's not true. It's a human nature. We all moody. We all have different tone. We all have different way of thinking. And some days you get up in a good mood. Some days you get up in a bad mood. We don't know why. It's a human nature, correct? Mm-hmm. You need to respect that.
Yeah, you recommended The Alchemist to me in our last conversation, and yeah, it's a wonderful book. Actually, rereading parts of it now. But in the book, you know, they talk a lot about this personal legend, creating a personal legend for yourself.
Of course.
Do you have a sense of what that is for you, or how that means in your life?
It's funny because The Alchemist was written, I think, maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think 84.
84, correct? Yeah. And it was referred to me by a young client who comes here one day, like you and I, we're sitting now, and we're having a talk. We're talking, we're philosophing about life. And he looked at me and said, Raphael, have you ever read The Alchemist? I said, what? What's that? He said, it's a book by Paulo Coelho, this Brazilian writer. I said, Raphael, you have to read this book, man. When you are talking to me, I feel like you're reading the book to me. So I said, huh.
When you're talking to him about your own life.
When I was talking about my own life. He thought I was talking about The Alchemist. He said, Raphael, it's so funny. So I said, okay. So he wrote me the name The Alchemist and Paulo Coelho. Same day after I went and bought the book and I read it. When I read the book, it's so funny because the day I decided to leave Tunisia, when I was 13, my younger brother and I were having an argument. My dad came and started to hit me instead of try to analyze what happened first. Do you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. Why are we fighting? What was the argument?
Because you were the oldest?
Because I was the oldest. So I thought he should correct me. Mm-hmm. I should protect my brother. That night, I went to my friend the library and I was sitting outside like this on the steps of his library. It was closed. It was a nighttime. An old lady passed by. She came and sat next to me. She said, give me your hand. True story. I give my hand to this lady, and that lady started to read my future. Mm-hmm. She was looking at my lines, and she was telling me, oh, you're going to be crossing the oceans. You're going to be doing this. True story. She talked to me like for 45 minutes. You're going to have this. You're going to do this. You're going to leave soon. Crossing the ocean, I said, what's she talking about? I never thought at that time. At that moment precise, I knew I had to leave. I knew I had to go to Europe, and I knew to go to Europe, I had to go across the ocean, the Mediterranean Ocean. That night, I called my friend, sold him my rifle, which he wanted it for a long time. And in the morning, I went and bought a ticket, and then I took off. Yeah. Interesting. The Alchemist, if you take the book, it's an old man who comes to this young shepherd. The young man tells the old man, said, listen, I'm in love with this woman. What do I do to conquer this woman? And he said, you have to go from point A to B, and you're going to find a treasure, and that treasure is going to make you rich. It's going to allow you to impress this woman, and you're going to marry her. All the things I acquired through my life made me successful. All the people I met, all the relationship I had, my children, my friends, my work. That's the true success of life. It's not how much money you have in the bank. So The Alchemist is based on that.
But it's really not so much what happened to you, but your reaction to all these things that happened to you.
Correct. I realized in my young life, it's what I'm living every day that was a true successful. It's not like what I'm going for. It's like, okay, I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go and dig under the pyramid, and I'm going to find the treasure, I'm going to be rich and respected. No. I knew as I was living my life, my successful, it's based on the moment I was living, every time I was doing something with someone or in a country or something. That was my true success. It's what I acquired throughout my life till today. Not all the money I made when I came here or when I was in Europe. So, and the Alchemist is there. So this young man thought he's going to go to Egypt, dig under the pyramid, he's going to find that pyramid, and he's going to dig, he's going to find the treasure, he's going to be very successful and happy. But what really make him happy, respectful, and rich is all the experience from the time he left his hometown till he landed in the pyramid, which of course there was no treasure. He already became a man, successful, with family, children. That's what really made him a successful person. Again, it's not about money, it's about what you made of yourself and how you live your life makes you successful or makes you not successful.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting to read something about your life without knowing Paulo Coelho and knowing the book. So I find it, my God, it's amazing someone else saw my life through his own mind and eyes and put it on the book called The Alchemist.